Hey guys, Superstar Steve here again. Thanks for joining me for the fifth episode of One Take Live. Blah 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 blah. So over the past couple of videos, I've brought you a lot of Call of Duty background videos while I'm talking about different WWE topics. But today I thought I'd actually do a review of Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, since I haven't talked about any of it as of to date, and I've been playing it every time I put up a video. So, yeah, I'll get straight into it then. Basically, there's a couple of issues that I had with the game. For the most part, it's a great game. I love it. It certainly beats what they were doing with the flying around the map, double jumping, boosting type games which they were producing over the last 3 or 4 years. So I was really happy when I heard that they were bringing out a good old boots to ground remake of Call of Duty, the original. Sorry, not the original Call of Duty 4, but it was a game that I never got to play when I was younger. I believe I came in on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, so I never actually got to play this one. So to me it was a fresh new game. I'd never seen it before. I had heard a lot of the hype on the internet about its release, and about how it was really good and how everyone hoped that they would stick to the original way that the game was played and the original all the configurations and maps and everything. And from what I've heard, for the most part, that's what they've done. So, as you can see, oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that we've got some gameplay on the screen, obviously. So we're starting up with Shipment here. I don't do too great, and then we've got another one coming up after it. Unfortunately, on the next video, I missed the ending. I believe it was Bog, and I was trying to do some sniping on Bog. Wasn't my greatest gameplay, but it's something nonetheless. Yeah, so the first issue I had with Modern Warfare Remastered was the pricing that they did. You couldn't buy the game by itself, which was bad enough. You had to go buy Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which I never wanted to buy in the first place. So if it wasn't bad enough, they made you not only buy Infinite Warfare, but they made you pay double the price. Well, they did here in Australia anyway. So ordinarily, I think Infinite Warfare was $70 by itself. I ended up having to buy this copy for $130, which included Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. So I thought that was a bit stingy on their behalf. Not something that I agree on. I haven't even played. I think I played one game of Infinite Warfare, and I was sick of this flying around the map garbage. Every gun is the same. There's no difference between anything. I just didn't like it. So the only reason I played it was because I had to wait for this one to download while I had nothing to do. I may as well jump on and have a go. So I didn't like the price. In Modern Warfare Remastered, the movement style, the guns, I love them all. I think they're all great. I've got no problems with it. Score streaks, I think they're great. I understand that there's only 3 score streaks because they were trying to remaster the older version, and the older version only had 3 score streaks. What I have noticed, it does get a bit stale, only having 3. It's pretty easy to get a UAV and airstrike. Getting a helicopter is not that much harder once you get the airstrike either. Usually your airstrike, if it's good enough, it can get you the helicopter. So it does get a little bit stale, but I understand that's part of the game, and that's just the way it is. One thing that I don't... Oh, actually, we'll come on. We'll touch on that one later. So a little while ago, they did bring out new maps. I did enjoy the fact that they were free, as they should be for a DLC. The new maps I don't really like, to be honest. I thought the original 10 that they did were probably the best selection they could have done for the release of the game. And I understand that bringing out the extra maps was sort of an add-on to make the game, keep the game interesting and relevant. I don't really enjoy them. Well, what one do I hate worse? I don't know. Block and Waterworks I don't like, but the worst one for me is Pipeline. I hate that map. So yeah, I'm glad they did bring out new maps because it keeps everything fun and interesting. But um, yeah, they're not my cup of tea. The next thing that they brought out was supply drops. So I don't really like supply drops when they're in what was it? Black Ops 3. I thought they were a bit like pay to win type thing. I'm glad that they've changed it for this one though. So you earn your your coins from obviously gameplay, and then when you get duplicate camos or something that you unlock, um, you can trade, or they get traded in for what is it? Stuff to make a gun out of, and then from that you can unlock different camos. Um, Whereas the coins would unlock different camos, reticles, players. So I don't mind that because there's not so much play to win. Um, but what I don't like that they've brought out with the supply drops of the different melee items, I think that's just stupid and going over the top. It really goes back to Black Ops 3 where they just had ridiculous things that you could hit other people with, like someone running around with a wrench. When would that happen? If you've got the ability to turbo boost and double jump and fly around the map, when are you going to pick up a wrench? I'd like it if they make a game to at least keep it relevant to the time frame that they're dealing with. Like if you're in this one, yeah, you've got lots of old weapons, you can pick up different things, but even like in this one they've got a broken glass. I don't know anyone that's going to pick up a broken glass and try and stab someone in a war zone. You'd more so, yeah, I don't like the different melee weapons or melee, whatever you want to call it. That's probably my biggest issue with the supply drops, that they've brought out stupid things that aren't realistic. I like it when they keep things realistic. For the start of the game, I think all camos should be really lifelike in terms of army fatigues and how they should be camouflaged. I know since the supply drops they brought out extra camos which aren't camouflaged, they're just really artistic and something to make your weapon really stand out, as you can see on the sniper rifle I've got here. So I do enjoy those, but only after the game has been out for a little while and everyone's played it for a while and things are starting to get a little stale. Then you can bring those things out because they just liven it up. They make it look a little bit nicer. But I still want the core values of warfare to remain in the game, and having stupid things that you can melee kill people with, I don't think that's cool. I think there's a lot of different weapons. You can bring out different knives, for argument's sake. You can see on CSGO, they've got plenty of different weapons and knives and stuff, and yeah, so I think they could bring out some better things to do with that. What else have I got here on my list? Not a lot. I think the dynamics of the game are good. One thing that gives me the shit sometimes is when you get put into a new game, or when you start playing online, they often put you in the bad team. And then sometimes you do get stuck in the bad team for quite a number of rounds. I think the team balancing sometimes isn't great. You may get stuck with the bad team for a fair while until you can either... Well, I've been known to leave lobbies because I just can't get onto a winning side and I get stuck with the bad team, and I do my best and I might get something ridiculous like 20 kills and 5 deaths and my team still lose because it's got some kids at 1 in 15. Now I know you can't do that every time, but if it's pretty constant and you're on the losing end of the team 5 games in a row, something needs to change. So I wish that was a little bit better. I understand why it's not, but yeah, so that's just one small gripe. Looking towards the future, I really hope they keep this type of gameplay. I highly doubt it because the newer, younger generation who are now used to flying around the map and all the weapons being equally overpowered probably like that. I would like to hear what they think of this type of game, if they enjoy it or not. Um, I'd like to actually see the stats on Infinite Warfare versus Modern Warfare Remastered and see which one's doing better. I really hope that the community got behind Modern Warfare Remastered more, because it's something that I enjoy playing, and if a lot of the community are playing it rather than the newer type flying around the map, hopefully that'll persuade the developers to make more games like this. To me, the new Call of Duties, where you're flying on the map, you're in space, it's not really Call of Duty anymore, it's a different game. Call of Duty is warfare, and I understand they're trying to do it in space to keep it fresh and new, but at the moment, the community, well, the online community certainly doesn't like that. I don't know if the offline community or the people that aren't on YouTubes and forums and that like the other type of game more. There we go, my gameplay's ended now, so yeah, I guess I better wrap up the video there. I'm sure I'll make another one in the future, but yeah, if you like the video, give us a subscribe, leave a comment. You can reach out to me on Twitter at SuperstarSteve1. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.